Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another Red reveal. So my Kang, the Once and Future Kang scenario pack arrived today, and I have not opened it up yet, so let's do it. Let's see what's in here. So I did move my sticker out of the way so it's not covered in that little ridge up there, but which is one of the most annoying things with these packs. But let's see what we've got here. As we open it up, will we have anything? Is there any art in here? What do we have? Nope, nothing. No art hidden in our little folder there. So we have a little rule book here. Our expansion symbol looks like it's a hourglass there. Keywords: incite, which we've seen, piercing, which we've seen, and villainous. I think are things that we have all know. Have we ran across villainous yet? Oh, I don't think we have ran across Villainous yet. I don't think that was in Rise of the Red Skull. So that's just that the minion's going to get boost cards. I believe Ronin might have Villainous, so we might have ran across it there. Let's see here. We got some setup rules, and we have separate game areas happen. When players advance to stage 2A, each player reveals their own random stage 3A in turn order. That looks pretty cool. So that's the game areas kind of split out into other areas. Pretty sweet. When you defeat Kang 2 in your game area, you are instructed to join another game at the end of the phase. That's pretty nice. Let's see, modular encounter sets. This scenario comes with 3 new modular sets: Anachronauts, difficulty 8, Master of Time, difficulty 6, and Temporal, difficulty 4. All 3 encounter sets can be included in other scenarios, like the modular encounter set from the modular encounter sets from the core set. For your first time playing the Once and Future Kang, we recommend using the temporal set, which is the difficulty 4 one. To increase the difficulty of the Kang scenario, you can replace the temporal set with either Master of Time or the Anachronaut set. Cool. Then we've got some rule clarifications and some credits. All right, so that's pretty cool. There's our little book. Let's get that out of the way because what we really want to look at is cards. And ooh, we have two sets of cards there. Nice. I think we really looked at the back there. So a brand new scenario with 6 unique versions of the time-traveling tyrant Kang. An adventure in time and space as the heroes are separated and must reunite to stop Kang. 3 exciting modular sets, which we just read about in the little book thing there. So pretty cool. All right, and there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex on the back, so that's, double awesome. Bonus points. All right, so let's get Kang out of the way, and we have cards. It's our favorite thing. So which pack of cards do we start with? Let's start over here on the left. Are they numbered? Yeah, so that's 1 through 43, and this is 37 through 43. So we'll start over here with 1. I guess that makes sense. So let's start at 1, maybe work our way up. So there's 1 through 43. We have Kang the Conqueror. And then actually I probably take these over to my little, we'll see if they come through on my little camera over on the side, because it looks like I'm getting some glare there, which is making them a mite bit unreadable out here. All right, so let's go over here. We'll go to the card cam. There we go. Oh, but he's kind of see-through. So there we have Kang the Conqueror. Let's see, how do I want to do this? We'll go over here, right there. All right, so he's got toughness. So this is our level 1 Kang the Conqueror. We have toughness, forced interrupt. When Kang attacks you, either place 1 threat on the main scheme or he gets +2 for this attack. That's not too bad. So when defeated, advance the main scheme to stage 2 at the end of the phase. He's got 12 hit points. So that doesn't look like a bad villain. That's pretty good. Oh, then we have Kang Immortus. He's got toughness. This villain cannot take damage while a minion is in play. That's interesting. When defeated, remove the Chronopolis from the game. At the end of the phase, join another game area. So I think this is where we get into multiple Kang. Yeah, so you've got Immortus Kang with 2 scheme and 2 attack and 18 hit points. And then you've got Iron Lad Kang, which has 1 scheme, 2 attack, retaliate 1 in toughness, and he's got remove inexorable fate from the game. So it looks like those are the different areas. So a thing I want to check real fast. Yeah, so your main Kang has 12 hit points per player, and then these other Kangs are just 18 hit points. So you only have to do your amount of damage to them. So that's cool. All right, then we've got Kang Rama-Tut. He's got toughness. The villain gets +1 attack for each obligation in play. So when defeated, remove his thing. So 1 scheme, 2 attack, 18 hit points. Kang Scarlet Centurion, toughness, and he's going to have piercing. So he's got no scheme, which is interesting, and then 3 attack. All right, then we have Kang the Conqueror. This is our level 3 Kang. So how many level 2 Kangs did we see there? Did we see 4? We saw 4 of them. Yep. Double checking. There's 4 there. All right, so then we have Kang the Conqueror, which is our level 3, and he's got 2 scheme, 2 attack, 20 hit points per player, and he starts with toughness. And force interrupt. When Kang attacks you, either place 1/3 of the main scheme or he gets +2 attack. When defeated, players win the game. All right. All right, so now we need to look at our little schemey things here. So we should probably start on 1A. What do we have for 1A? So there we go, Kang's Arrival. So we got our Kang sets and 1 modular encounter set. All right, and then set each Kang 2, Kang 3, and Kang's Dominion side scheme aside. Remove each from each player's obligation card from the game. Shuffle the encounter deck. Well, that's interesting. So your player's obligation cards go out of the game, so you don't get to use them? Interesting. I wonder if they come back into play later. You have Kang's Arrival. Kang believes that by defeating Earth's mightiest heroes, the rest of the planet will submit to his rule. When revealed, each player is dealt an encounter card. So you're going to start off right away with an encounter. All right, it's 7 per player and goes up 1. That doesn't look too horrible. All right, then we've got, let's see, 2A says the Master of Time. Kang reels back, but he saves himself by separating the heroes through time and space. So that's the whole Kang scatters everybody everywhere. So when revealed, place 1 acceleration token here for each side scheme in play, then discard each side scheme. Each player reveals a random stage 3A in turn order. Remove any unused stage 3 schemes from the game. So we're going to get acceleration tokens for side schemes. We go in there. Forced interrupt. When an acceleration token would be placed on another scheme, place it here instead. Players cannot join this game area unless there are no other game areas remaining. When all the players have joined this game area, advance to stage 4A. So you're going to jump straight to 4A after that. It looks like this kind of rules over a bunch of these 3s, so it must be kind of like the umbrella over all these 3s that are out there. So you've got the Chronopolis, and you get your own area with Kang Immortus. And then after the stage is complete, place 1 set aside Kang's Dominion face down under stage 4A. At the end of the phase, remove Kang and this stage from the game and combine your game area with another game area. All right. If all the players at this stage are defeated, this stage is completed. Okay. Interesting. So I'm not seeing that. Well, so this one's got 1 per turn on it. So interesting looking at Inexorable Fate, which starts with Iron Lad. That one starts with 1 on it already, and then go up 1 per turn. Oop, bumped my camera, sorry. You got Rama-Tut it's going to start with 1 and then go up 1 every turn. And it's going to get, yeah, Rama-Tut. Shouldn't be too surprising. And then for this one, you've got Scarlet Centurion, Present and Future War, and ooh, that one starts with 2 and goes up by 1. And they all have 9. So that's interesting that some of them start with some on it and others don't. But I guess in this one, the deal is that Scarlet Centurion doesn't have any scheme. So I guess that makes up for the fact of the ones with lower scheme. All right, so at the end, it looks like after everything's done, you go back to Kang's Wrath. When revealed, reveal Kang 3 and add him to the game area. Reveal each face-down Kang's Dominion under this stage. All right. And then each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile and set aside area for their nemesis minion and puts it into play engaged with them. Whoa! Shuffle the encounter deck. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty rough. That's kind of fun. I like that. All right. So you're going to be dealing with your nemesis folks there. That's pretty awesome. So it looks like when you run these out, so if you're defeated or you hit the forced response, right, then you get the Kang's Dominion. But let me go back to, let's see if I go back to one of the Kang folks. So if I go back to him, when defeated, you remove the area from the game and can join somebody else's. Okay. So it looks like you get these downside cards if the schemes went out, but if you defeat them, then you don't have to worry about it. So that's pretty cool. All right. So you got Kang's Wrath. Looks like you're going to have to fight your nemesis, which will be pretty challenging. Some characters, not so much. Other ones, it's going to be pretty rough. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right. Make sure I look at the back of there. When revealed, reveal Kang, add him to the game. Yeah, the Kang's Dominions. Okay. All right. Oops. Put that upside down. Thought I was orienting them correctly, but wasn't happening. So what do we have here? This is the stuff that's in Kang's deck. So we've got attached to Kang. When Kang is attacked, discard temporal shield, prevent all damage from the attack, deal 1 damage to the attacker. All right. So that's good. Oh, it's max 1 per attack. So that's kind of cool. That's like a retaliate and then send your damage back at you. We've got a couple of those. And what do we have here? We've got future weapons. Oh, wait a minute. Did that give any bonus to attack? No. Okay. So future weapon, +2 to attack. And it's going to give him overkill. And if it damages the hero is stunned. All right. And a couple of those. Frozen in time. Attached to your identity. When attached character would ready, discard this card instead. Ooh, and as a boost, it comes out and attaches to you too. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's an interesting effect there. Kudos for putting that into the game. Macrobots. Guard retaliate 1 with 4 health. The boost is give Kang a tough status card. So no boost icons, just the give Kang a tough status cards. So 1 scheme to attack. That's not all that rough with 4 health. 1, 2, 3 of those. All right. Then we've got an obligation card. So that's interesting. Obligation cards in the scenario deck. After you use a basic hero power, take 1 damage. Alter ego, discard a physical resource from your hand. Discard this obligation. History is made by the deeds of the strong, the brave, and destiny is forged. Let's see here. It's got 2 boost icons on it. That's cool. So that's going to stick to you until you get rid of it. I like it. I like it a lot. We've got another obligation that says, when revealed, place the top 8 cards of your deck face down under this card. And then alter ego, discard a mental from your hand, discard this obligation. Ooh, wow. That could be very interesting if you're playing something like Hulk or like the Nova, like a Tech Nova deck where you're almost all, so at least in the Tech Nova deck, you usually have a little bit of mental in there, but something like the Hulk could be really hurting to come up with that mental. That's pretty cool. All right, 2 stolen memories, then depowered, which is you can't play hero-specific cards. Discard a hero-specific card from your hand, discard this obligation. Nice. I like these obligations. These are pretty cool. Probably going to be really cool until I play and get them, then I'm not going to like them at all. So it looks like our energy one. Discard the highest cost card you control and place it face down underneath this card. Discard a energy resource from your hand. Discard this obligation. All right. Discard each face-down card under this obligation. Okay, so once you do that, then it's going to go back to your discard pile. Okay. All right, so what do we have here? We've got, we're getting into our scenario cards. We've got a corrupted time stream. Yeah, that's a side scheme. Players cannot trigger alter ego action abilities on obligations. Ooh, so that makes it so you're kind of stuck with them. When revealed, each player must either discard one random card from their hand or place 2 threat there. Oh, that's pretty rude. I like it. All right, Kang's Dominion. So this looks like those cards that are, these are cards that are put out? Yes. So Kang cannot take damage. It's 3 per player. When defeated, deal the player who defeated this scheme an encounter card. Ooh. And it's 3 boost icons. Yikes. That's an ugly card. Is there going to be 4 of them in there? Because you can get 4 as, yep, 2. Wow. Oh, those are awful. All right. And then we've got Pin Down. When revealed, place 2 threat here for each obligation in play. Oh, we saw a heck of a lot of obligations out there. Oh, it's the Tyrannosaurus. Rampage. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Engage with the player who defeated this scheme. All right. All right, so that's all the cards that are in this deck. Let's go over to the other one, which we saw. Another Rampage. That's our second of the Rampages. And then, oh, we're flipping back to this orientation. We've got Energy Blast. When revealed, alter ego, discard an ally or support you control. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. Otherwise, Kang attacks you. That's a pretty rude alter ego thing. Not going to be safe going alter ego. He's going to come at you. There's 2 of those. So we've got Manipulated Time Stream. When revealed, discard each event from your hand. If no events are discarded, it's going to Surge. Ooh. That's pretty cool too. I'm liking it. I think that one's tough because as you get further down in the game, I mean, you get most of your permanents on the board and he can potentially purge your hand pretty well there. Ow. Time Travel Tactics. Surge. When revealed, each player takes 1 indirect damage for each obligation in their play area. This card gains, oh, as a boost, it gains 1 for each obligation in your play area. Oh, so you're not going to want to just let them sit. Is there 2 of those? Oh, yeah, there's 2 of them in there. Of course. Wow. So the last 2 that make up his deck, it looks like. Nope, there's 1 more. That, yeah, 42. I thought that was 42 and 42. No, okay, so we're, sorry, 41 and 42 of 43. So we hit 43 of 43, which is Past Machinations. In Site 1, when revealed, each player searches their encounter and discard pile for a different obligation, reveals it, shuffle the encounter deck. Oh, wow. This is obligation crazy. And then how many? Let me take a look at this. So there were 1, 2. I'm trying to look and see how many 3 boost ones there are. So there was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, like 7 3 boost cards in there. Wow. And there's a whole lot of 2s in there. There are a decent amount of 1s, and there's a couple of 1s in there, and then some, see there's a 2, 2, and there's some that do a nothing, but most of them, we're looking at 2s and 3s coming out of there, so he's going to be, yeah, he's going to be doing some damage to you. Yikes. All right, let's go through what we've got as our additional encounters here. So we've got a temporal here. So this is the default one that they talk about. So if you got an ancient warrior, with one scheme, 2 attack, and quick strike. As a boost, he stuns you. 2 of those, 3 of those. All right. Chitauri Soldier. Force Interrupt. When Chitauri Soldier attacks you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number of boost icons on this card. Ooh, I don't like that. Especially what we were just talking about with a lot of 2s and 3s in there. He's going to be dealing out a lot of additional damage. So the 1/1 doesn't seem all that bad, but with that effect, that's a pretty rude effect. All right. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Look at that. 0 scheme, 3 attack, and he's got piercing. He starts with tough, and he's got 6 hit points, and he's got 3 boost icons. That seems perfect for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Definitely something I don't want to tangle with. And then we've got a time portal. So forced interrupt. When the scheme is defeated, shuffle it into the encounter deck instead of discarding it. So it pops back in. And so what do you got there? It's 2 per player, and then it's an additional encounter card. Awesome. So that's all of temporal. Now we get into, this is, oh, interesting, Expert Kang. So you've got expert cards that replace, oh, so you have a level 1 Kang that's the Expert Kang. So hold on a second. Hold your horses. Let's take a look at that. All right, so that's our Expert Kang, and there's our basic Kang. So what do he gets 1 more attack. Let's see here. He's still got the toughness, still the 1 and 2, and advanced to 2 at the end of it. And he's got a few more hit points. Okay. All right, so then our level 2 Kang, when you take a look at a Mortis, we're going to go up 4 more hit points. And then it's still the same thing. Can't take damage while a minion is in play. And okay. So really the main thing is 4 more hit points. Oh, and he gets another scheme. So we've got a scheme and 2 attack there. All right. And then we've got Iron Lad is going to get another scheme and another attack. And more hit points. We've got Kang Rama-Tut. He's got more hit points and another scheme and another attack. And Scarlet Centurion looks the same. So another scheme, another attack, and 4 more hit points. There's kind of a theme going on there, which seems the same through all of them. All right, then Kang the Conqueror. Looks like he's pretty much the same. And again, we've got more hit points. We go up 5 per player. Ow, so we're going to start with 100 hit points. But other than that, he's all, well, he's got, again, +1/+1. So 3 scheme, 3 attack. Oof. All right, so the expert looks a lot like the other expert stuff that you play. And get a little bit of boost to their stats and some more hit points. All right, so here is the Anachronauts. Apocryphus, I'm guessing is how you say that. So discard an ally or support you control. Ouch. 1 scheme, 3 attack. He's got the laser eyes. Exhaust a character you control. Give the enemy another boost card. That's a pretty rude boost too. Ooh. Is that Death Hunt? Death Hunt 9000. So toughness, villainous, which means he's going to get a boost card. So and he's a 1/1, which doesn't look bad until you hit that villainous trait. And you're like, oh my god, he's going to be rude. And let's see here, give the enemy a tough status and another boost card. So that's not too far of that exhaust. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a theme here where it's a do something and give the villain another boost card. Sir Rastan. So 1 scheme, 2 attack, guard, retaliate 1, take 1 damage, give the enemy another boost card. You've got 6 health. Terminatrix. Quick strike. And our attacks have piercing. We have give the enemy 2 more boost cards. Oh, yay. Okay. I can see why these are a step up in difficulty there. When revealed, discard one random card from your hand. Oh, I hate that. One scheme to attack, and the boost is discard a random card and give the enemy another boost card. Wow, that's a pretty powerful set of minions there. All right, then we have, what do we have on the side here? So we've got our side scheme. When defeated, shuffle each temporal card in the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, which I think we've seen a lot of that in this. Is there two of them? There's two of them, and those are 3 boost cards too. Ouch. So that's 6 and 7. And then we're up to 8, which is Kang's Chosen. Incite, when revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a temporal minion is discarded. Reveal that minion. All right. That is awfully rough. I'm wondering if... Okay, so the Macrobots, those guys are temporal also. So if you're playing Kang, you do have the chance for those to come out. All right. I was wondering if you would just get the bad guys that are in here, but it looks like you get some potentially from the main deck too. So that's not as horrible as just getting these guys, but that's still not great. All right, so you got 2 Kang's Chosen. And that is the end of the Anachronauts. All right, so if I remember right, I go back to my thing here, it said that of the 3, I was thinking the Anachronauts was the toughest one. Yeah, they were difficulty 8, and I can see that. They just look pretty rude. So these are supposed to be difficulty 4, which is the Master of Time. So you've got Kang, Master of Time, which is interesting because you've got a minion that's Kang. He's got Scheme and Attack, Toughness, Villainous, so he's getting boost cards, and he gets +1 Scheme and +1 Attack for each obligation in your play area. Okay, so that could be problematic. Time Displaced Soldier, 1 Scheme to Attack, Incite 1 and Surge. And then his boost is going to give you a face down encounter card. Oof. Oofta. We have 2 of those. Yep. Some more cards, and we have Fear of Kang. You cannot attack Kang. It's an obligation, so it's going to stick until you, as an alter ego, discard a random card from your hand. That's nice. I like that. That's kind of like, well, I guess it's kind of like a fear spell or whatever, which makes sense because it's the Fear of Kang. So I like that. I think that's very thematic. And then the fact that you have to go to alter ego and get rid of a card in order to make it go away. That's pretty cool. I like that effect. I won't like it having it on me, but I like the idea of that effect. All right. Light of Centuries Sphere. So it's a side scheme. Look at that 3 boost icons. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Engage with the player who defeated this scheme. All right. And then we have Ancient Grudge. So we have there, when revealed, Kang, Master of Time, activates against you. If Kang, Master of Time, is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Kang, Master of Time, and put him into play engaged with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. All right, so you're going to go back and get, where'd he go? So Kang, Master of Time, is going to come back out and be messing with you as much as possible in this deck. Interesting. All right. I'm pretty impressed. This looks like this is going to be a fairly fun scenario to play. I really like the fact that you have separate cards for the expert cards. That's kind of cool. Instead of the 2-3 thing, the 1-2 and then 2-3, because you're going through you're going through 1, 2, and 3 for this scenario. They have a whole separate set for experts. So I like that idea. I think that's pretty cool. The obligations look like they're going to be, well, they look very thematic and look like they'll be interesting to play with. I don't know that I will like dealing with them, but they look like they're pretty cool. I want to say the temporal set that comes with the set is neat. There's a Tyrannosaurus Rex in there, just makes me want to play with that. The the Anachronauts look like they're going to be fairly beastly to play against. So I think that's going to be a pretty good challenge. I'd also like to see potentially playing the Anachronauts in a different deck. So if you were to play something like, say, like Rhino or whatever, right? If you play the Anachronauts and you hit one of these side schemes, it's going to go for a temporal card, which is going to be an Anachronaut because they're going to be the only temporal cards in that deck. So that should be a lot of fun as a side scheme. They'll just keep popping out. So wow, that's going to be a cool one, cool modular set. And then what was the last one was the Kang one, which looks interesting in that you're going to be playing Kang as a modular set in the Kang larger set, which is really weird. I guess this whole Kang thing and the time travel thing is kind of weird anyway. It's like watching too many temporal distortions on Star Trek. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing this. This looks really good. I've got a Rise of the Red Skull campaign I need to get through. And then I think it's going to be Kang time because he looks like a lot of fun. So anyway, that's the Kang deck. I'm really excited to get this. Let me know what you all think about it. Do you think that the expert mode is going to be a huge step up? Because really, you're getting, was it maybe like 4 more hit points per villain and kind of a 1-1? And it doesn't look like their abilities change a whole lot, which is something that's different when you play expert on other stuff, right? You see the stage 3 villain usually has some stuff that's pretty bad as opposed to going to the 1-2. The 2-3 tends to be a pretty rough on the level 3 villain. So I wonder how they'll play out having pretty much the same abilities, 1, 2, 3, just having more hit points and the more scheme and attack as you go through them. So I don't know, let me know what you're thinking about the Kang playthroughs. And also, I'm sure some of you out there have already played through it. Is it fun? Are you having a good time with it? Is it, it's a neat idea, but maybe it's not all of that. So I think that was some of people's opinion on the Wrecking Crew, where it's a really neat idea, but they weren't all that impressed with that. This looks like a really neat idea. Have you played it and are you impressed with it or not? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So that's going to wrap it up for this Red Reveals, and thanks for watching.